It is with great pleasure and joyous excitement that I welcome you, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to this maiden annual lecture and awards organized by the Abuja chapter of the Auchi Polytechnic Alumni Association. APAA Abuja chapter was vetted on January 20th, 2002 at Yellow Page Garden, Kubwa, following a meeting of 16 great minds who thereafter held their meetings on every first and third Sundays of the month at 3 p.m. The chapter was formally inaugurated on July 12, 2003 at Chelsea Hotel, Abuja, by the former national president of APAA, Chief Emmanuel Obaze, now of blessed memory. We have Alhaji Shaibu Lawa, the first president of APAA Abuja chapter, Surveyor Okonigene Ehis Godwin, and Mr. Stanley Gareba, among others, to thank for this pioneering effort. It is worthy of note that the chapter, in spite of enormous challenges, has been able to produce one of the national presidents of APAA, as well as a Secretary General, and now occupies the position of second Vice President General of the association. This feat notwithstanding, there was a lull in the activities of the chapter for a few years. Efforts to reawaken the association to make her take her rightful place culminated in a maiden reunion and get together in the year 2017, ably championed by the immediate past President General of APAA, Comrade Victor Okaimo, and its national executive officers, and with support from the Board of Trustees, then led by late Chief Obaze. Ladies and gentlemen, permit me to say that today's event marks a watershed in the history of APAA Abuja chapter and shows the extent of its rapid expansion and development following the reunion. Let me say that the rationale behind this event is not far-fetched. As graduates and proud brand ambassadors of the #1 polytechnic in Nigeria and the West Africa sub-region, Auchi Polytechnic Auchi, our role among others is to promote and sustain the lofty image and dizzy heights that the school has attained in producing competent, versatile, technically savvy, and administratively proficient manpower who are today contributing immensely to the growth and development of the country, using the knowledge acquired from the school as bedrock in the various professional services they daily render across the industries, construction, management, government, and social strata of the society and beyond. In essence, the topic of our lecture today, titled Role of Academics in National Security, is aimed at generating and contributing ideas and strategies that will help the three tiers of government solve the current security imbroglio in the country, and through it contribute our quota to national development in fulfillment of the objectives of setting up the polytechnic. Secondly, or one of the objectives. Secondly, this event is to help showcase Auchi Polytechnic as a citadel of choice for those who desire qualitative technical education rendered in a conducive and peaceful environment and with cutting-edge technology and highly experienced and qualified lecturers. This event is also to afford graduates of Auchi Polytechnic from all spheres of life across the country to gather, solidarize, exchange ideas, and come up with new and decisive ways we can contribute to the development of our beloved alma mater in corporate terms. Besides, we are also here to recognize and reward alumni members as well as other eminent Nigerians that have distinguished themselves in their various life endeavors and are equally contributing to national development in very unique ways. We have the awards to be presented today. We believe the awards to be presented today will further inspire and motivate the awardees to do more for Auchi Polytechnic in particular and society in general. For instance, we are hopeful that these awards will motivate Senator Francis Adeleke and Honorable Johnson Oguma to complete the fantastic work they have started by getting the President, Muhammadu Buhari, to sign the bill that aimed at upgrading Auchi Polytechnic Auchi to a University of Technology. May we add that even though the purpose of this event stated above are not exhaustive, they are in line with the aims and objectives of APAA as contained in Article 3, Subsection 3 and 5 of its Constitution, which reads, and I quote, to provide a forum for its members to exchange ideas regarding the growth and development of Auchi Polytechnic, and to take whatever measures is considered necessary to maintain, improve, and enhance the welfare, standards, prestige, and good name of Auchi Polytechnic and our products. Our vision as APAA Abuja chapter is to build a befitting edifice to be named APAA Abuja House with an estimated cost of 60 million, where we can host our meetings, attend to visiting alumni members, provide temporary accommodation for National Youth Service Corps members of Auchi Polytechnic extraction posted to Abuja, and equally create a conducive atmosphere where alumni members can relax and engage in indoor and outdoor sporting activities. The design of the proposed APAA Abuja House is contained in one of the pages of the program booklet, and we want to passionately appeal to our awardees and special guests alike to support us financially to realize this lofty objective. Ladies and gentlemen, permit me to thank the chairman of the planning committee for this event, Alhaji Zekeri Salawe. He is also the vice president of our Abuja chapter, and the members and his members for making this program a reality. We also appreciate all members who have contributed financially and otherwise towards the success of this program. We equally thank the President General of APAA, Comrade Gospel Amadebo, and the chairman of the DOT of APAA, Engineer Unambudu Opara, for their support, presence, and for granting Abuja chapter the hosting rights for the 4th quarter NEC National Executive Council meeting of APAA, which took place here before the commencement of this event. We thank all NEC members and new members, and from all across the country who attended this event. Your presence is highly appreciated. We appreciate our guest lecturer, Professor Monde Omorige of the University of Benin, for accepting our invitation. Professor Omorige is an engineer. An engineer is a former national president of APAA. May God bless you. We equally thank the chairman of this occasion and our royal fathers for gracing this event and for their support. We thank the art director of the Polytechnic, town planner, Al-Hassan Abubakar Zakaria, for the work he and his management team is doing to keep the flag flying in Auchi Polytechnic. Above all, we thank God for making this program a reality today. Thank you. Thanks for your attention. God bless you.
Ladies and gentlemen, under normal circumstances, the chief executives of polytechnics, universities, and powerful academic organizations across the world will stand before each alumni to present the report on the state of the institution. But today, no such report is needed. It has already been delivered by the greats gathered here this afternoon. We see it in you all, great chief executive officers, achievers, professionals of both national and international rankings, captains of industries, masters of commerce, entrepreneurs across you exist. From the cradle to the sublime in Nigeria's histories of growth and development, you exist. Among the top military brass, impeccable statement, dedicated politicians, entrepreneur, technonaut, you exist. From the depth of the painful emotional fury, I must admit that Nigeria is on the throes of testing times due to the activities of terrorists and bandits. a fury accelerated by the presence of international deadly disease, particularly COVID-19 and allied ailments. However, with your unbending trust and determination, with prayers of the righteous, flowing from the ever-living mercy of the Almighty Allah, the God we worship, I stand here at the bars of history to proclaim that Auchi Polytechnic, nay, Auchi Community, Nigeria and Italian Black Race, shall henceforth relish in the peace, indigenous unity, and universal brotherhood forever. As the de facto custodians of the Auchi Polytechnic patrimony, we must accept first that there is a task to be done. Here, this task is Herculean. We have a common challenge to launch Auchi Polytechnic among top-notch global institutions, wherein its graduates will apply their brains and hand for both national and international development. Permit me to reminisce and take your mind back to the experiences shared during your learning sojourn in the great Auchi Polytechnic, the land of my birth. You recall the hills of Iyake village and the downtown of Igwe, where the Polytechnic is quartered. You recall the metropolitan natures of the village, including Ibote, Akwepe, Osogo, all that provided accommodation for those of you who could not be hosted in the limited space of the campus. Remember Sabo Iyakwe, as aptly captured by the NC, the village also that bestrides the Polytechnic. This community yearns for your support, reminds you that they provide the oases that will end the rocks, which metamorphosize the oceans of achievement you celebrate today. As they join me to wish you well in your various endeavors, we request you to put your focus as you traverse the globe in the search for greener pastures. Since 1963, when the institution was founded, it has recorded thousands of graduates across all fields with the precedence of reaching excellence. Some are abroad, some are not too successful. Some are billionaires, while some are trillionaires. Some are here now. Importantly, some are gone. They are gone not because they are less heroes, nor those who are living amongst us greater heroes. It is only a confirmation of the supremacy of God and His superlative deciding authorities over the affairs of men. May we please rise to observe a minute silence for the departed men and women of Auchi Polytechnic. Amen. Permit me to take a clue from the words of Abraham Lincoln, the former President of the United States of America, in a letter to his son's teacher. He said, "Teach my son the wonders of book." And I am here to say that no moment spent on education is as costly as little syllables of ignorance. It is dangerous to stay in the ignorant society. It breeds more ignorance and compound ignorance, as we are told that it is folly to be wise in an ignorant society. Alumni contribute significantly to institutional synergy, links, and development. A robust alumni is a catalyst that attracts industrial and educational revolutions. It is a buffer, a protagonist, and the epicenter that energizes the destiny of an institution. It is the unknown mentors of all times. I must not fail to inform you that the Polytechnic in recent times has gone into capacity building, human and capital infrastructures, more scientific innovations, on its verge, on the verge of its transformation from the first class Polytechnic to a city university of science and technology. Permit me to digress in this regard to appreciate on your behalf the effort of Senator Ali Dekena, Honorable Johnson Ogoma, Honorable Peter Patterson, and Honorable Pani Riase for their support in this regard. Aggressively, the Polytechnic has designed organograms to harness the natural resources in its surrounding, even down to Akoko Edo, because we are planning to see how we can expand the Department of Mineral Resources to harness the rich mineral resources in Akoko Edo Axis, the epicenter of natural resources in the state and beyond. In its self-reliant policies, it is set to fight the basic insecurity of lack of foods and clothes and shelter, and to instill confidence in the security of justice and riches of freedoms. It has an intra-communal disputation that has reduced hostility to its barest minimum. Much as I have infinite confidence in your ability to champion, as you have always done, some of the points elaborated in this missive, that we elicited your rich support and capacity to the development of Auchi Polytechnic and to the future growth of the upcoming ones. I still crave your indulgence to join me and the Polytechnic in carrying out the cross that we can together bowl beyond the stars, across the moon and down to the memory lane, and to register the ethic on the sands of time. Mr. President, great alumnus here present, permit me to humbly declare this ceremony open.
Welcome you to this groundbreaking and meritorious ceremony in the capital city of Abuja. It gives me monumental joy to present an address to these egalitarian and majestic personalities here seated today. Indeed, it's a rare privilege and honor for me to stand before you all. All glory goes to Almighty God for jolly mercies, good state of health, and the gift of life. I must congratulate the leadership of our Abuja chapter for putting up such a huge event. Abuja chapter President Sani Onogu, you are appreciated. The LOC Chairman, Abuja 2021 Awards and Lectures, Comrade Zachary Salaway, merci beaucoup. Ladies and gentlemen, I also inform you that just last month, our Benin chapter, led by Builder Nosa Odia, also put up an award ceremony held at the prestigious Etano Hotels and Suites GRA Benin City, where good people were also recognized and awarded with their good contributions to the advancement of humanity. Please can we put our hands together for our chapters. I must also let you know that it's in the DNA of APAA to spot the good works of good people in our society. Our society enmeshed in corruption and selfishness. APAA shall continue to encourage good deeds and benevolence and make public appreciation of such good people. All our awardees today, on behalf of humanity, I say it loudly, thank you, sirs. Thank you, madams. More grease to your elbows. More feathers to your caps. You are truly appreciated. It is imperative I talk about APAA. APAA is Auchi Polytechnic Alumni Association. True to fact, some of us here may not have had the consummate information and understand about what Auchi Polytechnic Alumni Association APAA is. And of course, to bring us up to speed, may I briefly talk about APAA, its national secretariat and chapters, organs of APAA, the leadership of APAA, the aims and objectives of APAA. APAA's national headquarters is situated in Auchi Polytechnic, Auchi Edo State, Nigeria. My humble self, Comrade Godspower Madebo, I'm the President General and CEO of APAA. Election was done in 2020 and I'm going to run till 2022 by the grace of Almighty God. Comrade Malik Abubakar is the General Secretary. There are also 13 other national officers holding various portfolios. Engineer Nabundo Okpara is the chairman, board of trustees, APAA. TPL Ifeanyi Nwaboko is the secretary, board of trustees, APAA. And of course, there's a little typographical error here, but I'll take it straight the way it is in the original manuscript. In accordance with Section 3 of the Federal Polytechnic Act 2019 as amended, Professor Joy Omorege is Auchi Polytechnic Alumni Association representative at the Governing Council of Auchi Polytechnic. That's the highest policy and decision-making body of Auchi Polytechnic. Auchi Polytechnic Alumni Association National Executive Council, NEC, has three main organs: the Board of Trustees, the National Executive Officers, that's NEO, and the Chapter President and Secretaries. The President General is the Chief Executive and Head of Government of Auchi Polytechnic Alumni Association, while the Chapter President superintends over the 11 chapters of the association across various towns and cities in Nigeria. The principal aims and objective of APAA is to provide support to the Polytechnic community in the form of physical infrastructure through the efforts of our members' contributions via registration dues, donations, and pledges. The association also provides human capital resources through annual lectures, symposiums, and organization of events and seminars aimed at bringing the latest best practices in the industries in the outside world to the benefit of students and staff of the Polytechnic. More importantly, through our member, the Governing Council of the Polytechnic, the association contributes good ideas towards institutionalizing good policies and regulations for effective governance of the Polytechnic. Over the years, APAA has donated tangible facilities and structures to Auchi Polytechnic. Very recently, a story building was donated by Auchi Polytechnic Alumni Association to the School of Engineering, Auchi Polytechnic, which has been put to use as drawing studio. I said the story building is not a bungalow. I think we would ask for a better clap. Okay, very recently, as we speak, another story building, please take note, is under construction in Campus 2, which when completed will provide 6 classrooms accommodating about 1,000 students who on daily basis shall receive lectures from that edifice. I think we deserve another round of applause. And of course, we are in the last quarter of the year 2021. Going forward in 2022, Auchi Polytechnic Alumni Association shall begin a readership club, or boot camp as you want to call it, to encourage the culture of reading amongst the students. Such boot camp shall be held every examination period, both for regular students and the School of Evening Studies. And the best students every semester will be awarded with financial gifts for their active participation at the boot camp and subsequent excel at their examinations. Also, come 2022, APAA intends to liaise with the management staff and students of the Polytechnic to initiate, fund, and build short-term projects every quarter of the year to meet the immediate needs of the Polytechnic community. Also, come 2022, the association has already embarked on partnership with some of its well-to-do and well-placed members across the globe to undertake capital infrastructural projects in the Polytechnic. One of such partnership is with Mr. Charles Ehiedu Aniago, Honorable Commissioner for Information Delta State, who is here present today and is of course one of the awardees. He has agreed to revamp the moribund FM studio of Mass Communication Department. And of course, if you read his biography, you would have discovered that the first higher institution he attended is Auchi Polytechnic. And he graduated in 1994 from Auchi Polytechnic before going to other higher institutions where he got other advanced degrees. And of course, he did not come alone. He came with an entourage, and of course, one of the bright, high-flying commissioners also in Delta State came with him. That's a very youthful commissioner for youth development, Delta State, Honorable Ifeanyi Eguyenga. He is always involved in grassroots youth empowerment programs and, of course, youth development activities in Delta State. I'm not surprised he's here because so many youth organizations that have held programs, he has participated actively, probably a special guest or keynote address speaker. Sir, welcome to Abuja. Welcome to APAA. Thank you very much. God bless you. All right, these are the kind of people you see. You always want to toe the line of their political paths. All right, I cannot conclude this address without pointing out the very laudable contributions of the past and present management of Auchi Polytechnic. Auchi Polytechnic is adjudged as one of the principal polytechnics in Nigeria. It is not just by accident, but I tell you, it is by the conscious and deliberate policies of the rectors of the institution, past and present, who have built infrastructures and have put administrative and academic best practices to enhance overall development of the Polytechnic. And of course, the acting rector of the Polytechnic, TPL Alassane, we appreciate you very kindly for coming. God bless you. And we pray that our synergy, our friendship, our relationship will soar and continue. Ladies and gentlemen, you all are welcome to APAA.
Nobody has helped you, sir. Sir, I want to give you money. When you go back, you give it to the HOD of MASCOM. And one of his students helped him. Please come this way and snap. Make the sister help rector. Come this way. Rector, please, you know, I'm not in child this one when I'm this but now I'm you, my rector, stand. Stand, sir. Stand. So this is for So this is for MASCOM department, rector snap. So that I can tell the sir help Auchi Poly. Rector, this one is for you next year budget. Try and improve the school. This one is for I heard Hillary is still there. Hillary is still there. Give it to him. That's 3,000. Use it and improve the school, rector. Improve the school. That's my contribution. But you make mistake. My brother, 3,000 for Buhari. No, you help the person. I have made it. I cannot go back to the rec. Okay. I wanted to help this man. What's his name again? Who? What's that boy's name? Ekwa. Yeah. You want to help him? Yes, this young man, Ekwa. The one who teach French. Oh, okay. Yeah. You want to help him out? He's still there now. He's still there? He's still there, my husband. He started lecturing at a very young age. Exactly. Yes, he will be there. I'd be like to help. Do you have money to still help him? This boy, Larry. You know Larry King? Larry King. Yeah, Larry King. That's what. Yes, he's still there. I think he's the chief security officer. Larry King and Ayewo will see us after this event. Is Ayewo here? No, Ayewo not fit there now. You know, say Ayewo do. After 9 years. He do end in 1991. Now true now. Okay, I'm not there. You know, say you not the other. Before I will call the next set of people, you know, say now Auchi Poly now support. Raf, stand up. I know say your police. No, my elder brother of my friend be Raf. This is sorry, Ata. I know say your police dey outside. More than close the door. Before they go say order their oga, they go say, were you the comedian inside? Say yes, we are the comedian outside. Frog shop. Ata, how are you? You are doing well, we are proud of you. Come, Mona Kosna Bishop. This is for your good work, for making Auchi Polytechnic proud. We appreciate you. Take this 1,000. Nominate it. Keep it. Take it. Keep it first. Keep it. This one is to buy fuel inside that caterpillar where they demolish buildings. When all they were. This is it. Keep it. Keep it. Now that is 2,000. How many of you know MMM? You know MMM? You give help and you wait after a while. I'm coming back.
Because I remember that those of us who follow up the issues as they unfold in our great country, we are all aware that the Polytechnic is now almost at the verge of pronouncement or requiring the assent of the president to make it a city university. Only recently we are told that the houses here in Abuja have concluded whatever it was that was left, and the bill is now waiting the presidential assent. Honorable woman, we cannot thank you enough. We pray and hope that the likes of you continue to exist in the position we have voted you, and may you be strengthened to continue to prosecute the goodness of democracy to our people. I'm here to represent the Ontario of Auchi, but for the value that I placed on this very important gathering, I was supposed to remain in Port Harcourt till on Monday, but I had to cut the journey short, and I flew into Abuja at about 1 o'clock today p.m. Because I know that this is important, and because I know that I'm a member. I was introduced as Malam Suleiman Mohammed. That's okay, that's fine, but I want to identify with this my roots. I'm also an alumnus of the Polytechnic. And I have been looking around when I saw the MCs talking and asking questions. I started hiding my head because I felt that I don't know whether our sets are really here. I graduated in 2003. So I think, I don't know if I'm, okay, I've seen Mukhtar there, another smaller voice. Well, I'm not the youngest here. Look at Larry Kingston we're asking for. I graduated in 2003 from the Polytechnic before I went further to acquire other degrees and all that. But by your last grace, since year 2000, since February 2000, I have been in Abuja as an executive commissioner in the National Hajj Commission of Nigeria. And I feel that it is important to announce that because it is a plus to our people who came from the Polytechnic. His Highness, yesterday night, it's almost a week that DPU, who were set before us, was our departmental president, called to tell me that he just left the palace of Otaru, and Otaru told him to inform me that I should be the one to represent him here as the royal father of today. And well, from that time, it didn't occur to me to ask His Highness, what should I tell them? I know they are my family, but what should I tell them? I am not going to say there's one thing the Otaru asked me to say, but I think that it will not be very conducive for me to say it here. I know those are the matter concerned that I will tell. But other things he said I should say is that I should give you his royal greetings, his appreciation for you to find it fit among the so many royal fathers within the Alumni where the Polytechnic resides to come and royal father this occasion. He asked me to tell you to continue to keep faith and see how we can meaningfully contribute to the growth of the Polytechnic. And he stressed that we should always put our hands together to join those that are fighting for the upgrade of the institution, so that in no distant time, the Polytechnic will be so announced, and then it will be better for our people. Then we expect to have more programs, campuses and schools or faculties, as it should be called, across, like Director mentioned initially, across the whole of Edo North. And he said that he is fully with you, whatever programs and policies or activities you want to carry out in the interest of the Polytechnic. He is very much on ground with it. And of course, he has prayed that in this time and time, where we are looking at the possibility of having university status, we need men that are going to man the institution, who have the capacity to rule and preside over the affairs of the institution. Just as we have in our acting rector, we hope that Allah Almighty will continue to bless us all and give us the wisdom and the wherewithal to continue to do good things that will prosper the Polytechnic and take it to a very, very enviable height. All of this he has asked me to say and many more. And I want to thank you so beautifully for this invitation. And I wish you a safe journey back to all our various destinations. Thank you very much.
Great APAA. Greatest of the greatest logo. Great APAA. I thank God for this day. We've been planning in conjunction with the Abuja chapter. Today, we are DOT. We thank God it's come to reality. And we're looking forward to more across the country. Like you were told, that of Benin just passed. And right now we are doing that of Abuja. So on behalf of the DOT and the other NEC members, I congratulate Abuja chapter for a great success. God bless you and thank you.
It's a great honor and privilege to be called upon to deliver this lecture. I've heard about the introduction of people here, eminent personalities, of very, very intimidating achievements. I salute you for coming. Now, from the year 1999, the topic of this lecture is national security, the role of Nigerian academics. It looks a bit obscure. I believe that God will help us to do justice to it. Now, when we return to democratic rule in 1999, that hell was let loose upon Nigeria. We have a lot of insurgent groups. They call some bandits now. I'm sure we are free to call them terrorists. But whether bandits or terrorists, as soon as you do damage to human being, you are not desired. Earlier on, we have had other groups called minor thieves, groups in the Niger Delta Eastern region, militant groups who were having a lot of work to do with the oil producers. We have heard that a lot of the equipment were damaged. Those going to government and going to the company. But it will appear as if a new dimension has been introduced to insecurity in our dear nation, Nigeria. So has been new and dangerous and any dimension with the emergence of insurgent groups like the Boko Haram, ISWAP, terrorists, banditry, and worrying dimensions of herdsmen
and the farmers' crisis, amongst others. Security challenges have taken such an alarming proportion that today it will be as if a day passes without hearing kidnapping, raping, killing is an abnormal day. That's the extent to which insecurity has come into the land. Housing is common. We have heard of people going to different villages, they burn down their own village and displace the villagers. As of today, many have been displaced from their ancestral homes. Many farmers have abandoned the farm. Let me digress and mention my thinking. Unless we address this issue, the time will come that hunger will kill more than guns will kill. Because farmers are not farming, gradually food is getting necessary in the society. I pray that we will not get to that level. Now, academic institutions have not been left out in these security challenges facing our country, Nigeria. Several educational institutions have been attacked, lecturers kidnapped and killed, students kidnapped for ransom, with some killed in the most gruesome manner. The academics under the umbrella of the educational sector have a role to play in overcoming these challenges facing our dear nation, Nigeria. Through the provision of qualitative education, organization of conferences, seminars, workshops on national security, the academic community has a prominent role to play in the growth and development of our nation, in the securing the lives and property of Nigerian citizens and foreigners living in the country. In this lecture, we try to examine security measures. What are the factors that contribute to insecurity? What do we think that the academic can do in overcoming this challenge? Now let's look at security in retrospect. When we say security, mostly refers to protection from hostile forces, but it has other dimensions, other aspects of security. For example, freedom from lack of material things. So food security is also there. We also have emotional security. That's the most damaging part of insecurity. Where people are afraid to even walk in the afternoon. They feel a sense of I'm the next to be taken. So it's a very dangerous dimension that we'll enter into. From the various explanations of security and above, it can be deduced that insecurity implies a state of vulnerability to attacks, danger or threats to a people, their property, cherished values, and inability of the nation to protect its citizenry. Simply put, with what we have in Nigeria today, the nation appears helpless in the circumstances. Just yesterday, I heard that military base was attacked. When we were growing up, it was unheard of. If they had a soldier's uniform somewhere, nobody gets danger. I pray that things will be put in place to reverse this ugly trend. Insecurity has taken different dimensions in Nigeria with great consequences on our political and economic, social, development. For instance, in the Niger Delta region, in the South, the militants scoped it out with oil companies in the area, killing, destroying property. I'm happy that that is over for now, at least temporarily. In Jos, Plateau State, we have had cases of communal strife, indigenous warring against themselves. But today it has been more seen by foreign invaders that have invaded the Jos Metropolis and other areas, adjoining areas. Ladies and gentlemen, the insecurity measure in Nigeria are taking a high toll on the people. And I believe that with close collaboration between the armed forces, the technocrats, and academia, a solution will emerge. As of today, terrorism from Boko Haram, insurgency, and increased banditry have become a frustrating ulcer because we appear to be fighting a 21st century terrorist insurgency with a 19th century strategy. We need to update our approach and evolve appropriate strategies in order to obtain desired results. When situations are changing, people around also change with the situation. That's the point we're making there. Now, this next paragraph is very, very disturbing. The effect of insecurity on our future generation. Well, there are several implications of the present wave of violence, wanton destruction of lives and property, naturally inhuman modes of beheading citizens, raping pregnant women open, and unpredictable demonization currently afflicting and inflicted on the people in virtually every region of the country. But a very, very disturbing aspect of this is that most of the time these acts of violence are committed in the presence of infants. Children of 5 years old, 3 years, 10, and they see all this. The implication of this is that a mental torture can be inflicted on the children, and you may never get out of it. And remember, just after the war, they brought a girl from away to stay with us in Benin. It was about 10 years old or thereabout. Very cheerful girl. Then one day, one of our relations in the army came in to visit the family. As now this girl saw the soldier, he started screaming. In fact, it was like she ran mad. Because he has seen soldiers kill people during the Civil War. Again, we went to Lagos, they took her to Lagos. And they passed through Idumota. You know, the soldier Idumota. And she looked for the window and saw the soldier. There was almost an accident. So the children that are seeing these heinous crimes, it's only God that will help them. Those who can overcome the trauma, they can become hardened. So they can start crime at a very early age. Grow up to become agents of violent destruction. Available to be recruited into civil evil militia groups as well as willing tools in the hands of merchants of assassination and tribal warlords. The nation is really in trouble. God will help us to move the way forward. Now let the academic be focused. Academic is used to describe things that relate to the work done in schools, colleges, and universities, especially work that involves studying, reasoning, rather than practical or technical skill. It's often stated that words are won on the table, not at the forefront. That is the essence of this lecture. What we do at the planning stage to ensure that the battle is won in favor of the peace of the nation. Those whose specialty is to work on the table, research into issues, are domiciled in institutions of higher learning. Research is a careful or diligent searching a serious inquiry or examination or collection of information aimed at discovery and interpretation of facts, revision of accepted theories, or laws in the light of new facts. This is where the academy comes in. Therefore, research is to peace in development of Nigeria as River Nile is to Egypt. It is indispensable. Those in the institutions of higher learning in Nigeria are the Nigerian academics, and they are the conscience of the nation. The importance of Nigerian academics to understanding causes and effects of restiveness in Nigeria cannot be overemphasized. Education is a sine qua non to national understanding and development. The role of the Nigerian academy is to teach, carry out research, and perform community services. Tertiary institutions are named every town simply because the nation looks up to them for solution to their problems. I hope that what we are gathering here to discuss will become a reality in solving the insecurity problem in our nation, Nigeria. Children are supposed to be taught, adults educated to enlighten them on the way out of insecurity. Now let's look at education in concert with security. There's a marriage link between education and security. The role of education is to empower children and adults to become active participants in the transformation of their societies by strengthening the teaching and understanding of shared knowledge, values, and attitudes, enabling individuals to live together in diverse environments. Peace education is a primary pillar for preventing armed conflict and violence, saving lives, and freeing up limited resources for social needs. Education can lead to peace by supporting the transformation of the security institution, political institutions, economic regeneration, and social development. However, if it is not properly harnessed, education can also be counterproductive. That is where care will be taken to ensure that type of education we put in place will enhance added value, added knowledge and understanding that will make way for peace in our nation. There are peace researchers such as Betty. All right. Let's see my time is over. Yes. And we can be the points since you have the lecture. Now, many researchers have researched into peace education and they are available in the literature. Now, there are countries and regions of the world where education has fostered peace, unity, and development. For example, in Nordic countries, I'm talking about Norway, Greenland, and so on. In these countries, education has fostered peace and security. As a matter of fact, the happiness index, World Happiness Index, proved that Finland is the happiest nation in the world. Another thing that is common to this country is that education is free. And that's the type of education that also has been advocating for Nigeria. Right. We can extrapolate in a nutshell, education promotes peace and security in the following ways. Please read it. Number one, education boosts confidence and hope. Number two, education promotes independent thinking. And number three, education inspires problem-solving skills impact upon the people. And number four, education builds communication skills in the people. Education Education opens doors, and there's no doubt education leads to career enhancement. Number 6, education reduces poverty. Poverty leads to hunger, hunger leads to anger, and then violence will emerge. Education builds empathy and tolerance. According to the Human Rights Convention Declaration, education must prepare a child for responsible life and effective participation in free society in the spirit of understanding, peace, tolerance, equality, and friendship among people. I think I have to skip some of the, my time is up. Now, a legislator in the current assembly of the House of Assembly is quoted to have said that weapons will destroy terrorism, but education will destroy terrorism. What want to destroy terrorism? So that bandits and terrorists will not emerge. And I agree with this assertion. So knowledge-based education will go a long way in improving the thinking of the people. And therefore, they cannot be easy tools in the hands of those who recruit for banditry. Condoleezza Rice, the former secretary of the state, state of America, proceeded us. Quality education of a nation is the direct function of the country's national security. That cannot be far away from the two. Now there was an interview conducted when Nancy Mandela was interviewed by our Dr. Hakeem Baba Ahmed in 2007, and I quote, Nancy Mandela said, "I know what people can do. You should spend a lot of money on your resources for education. Educate children of the poor so that they can get out of poverty. Poverty does not breed confidence. Only confident people can bring changes. Poor, uneducated people can also bring changes, but it will be hijacked by the educated and the wealthy. Give young Nigerians good education. Teach them the value of hard work and sacrifice." This is Nelson Mandela. Kofi Annan, the former Secretary General of the United Nations, also had this to say. He said, "Today we know that security means far more than absence of conflict." He also highlighted that education is the key. Now, which area will the academic come in? Academic and security management in high institution. I'll just list of few and then I'll go and take my seat. Security management within the campuses of higher institutions is an indispensable measure in the maintenance of peace and tranquility institution. Those who have 5 factors that we believe that they can do. The academic also has a function to play, a role to play in management of public and private sector.
Edo State was born on the 6th of December 1956 to the royal family of His Royal Majesty Elo-Junior Imadu Jemo II, the Onoje of Igwebe of blessed memory, as the first male child with royal blood. At age 1, young Ehizoje was taken to his uncle, Chief Negbenedion Ire of Okposi in the present Esa Central Local Government area of Edo State. He lived with Chief Ire from 1957 to 1968. He completed his primary education at St. John's Primary School, Okore Okposi. He started his secondary education at Obeka College, near Benin City, and he was one of the school prefects. He transferred to Abuja Anglican Grammar School, Benin City, in 1976 to complete his secondary education. In 1979, he was admitted into the Federal Polytechnic Auchi, where he obtained an ordinary national diploma, OND, upper credit, business administration in 1981, and higher national diploma, HND, in business admin in 1983. And to present this award to His Royal Highness Ehizoji Elwojirio JP. I'd like to acknowledge and introduce to present this award to him, the acting rector of the Federal Polytechnic Auchi. Please, a round of applause to him. I'm talking about Town Planner Al-Hassan Zakaria, acting rector Auchi Polytechnic. Put your hands together, please.
Auchi Polytechnic Alumni Association presents this to you in honor of all your accomplishments.
Look here, sir. Now look here.
We're going to follow up sequentially. The next will be
the rector and chairman of this occasion, our protocols duly observed. It is proper to allow you have an insight into my rulership in Igwe. I've been on the throne for going to 37 years now. I'm very grateful to God for that. It is not in my character usually to look for award or to receive awards. But when this is coming from your own domain, your own constituency, because I graduated in 1983. I see it as a very special one, which I couldn't run away from, especially when my bosom friend did not allow me to rest in my palace. Chief Plans Moloto. So today, I want to say that this honor bestowed on me is greatly appreciated. Those who know me and the community I represent, Igwe, we know that we have made a lot of strides, great strides, and I owe it to Auchi Polytechnic training. So I say that I will continue to do what we know how to do best, and by the grace of God, we believe that we will rank, if not first, at least equal to the progressive community we know all over the world. By this honor, I will say I thank not just the organizing committee of APAA, I thank the Polytechnic for the stride made so far, and I use this opportunity to commend them for all the achievement and pray that they will continue to achieve more. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Rector, you have to stay for a bit so that we just present the next award. This next award will be given to the senator representing Edo North, two-time senator, Senator Francis Alibidena, ably represented by Assistant Political Editor of the Vanguard newspapers, Henry Guru. Please a round of applause for him. Please a round of applause for him. Please have seated, alright? Distinguished Senator Francis Alibidena is a liberal Democrat, decentralized Nigerian, bridge builder, and a visionary leader. He is equally a man of courage and a good manager of people, resources, and a development worker. He is fondly called the Oracle of Development, following his plethora of constituency projects that are evenly spread across all over Edo North. He is indeed the worthy son of Edo North, Edo State, and a citizen of the world. To receive this award, Henry Guru already standing by, and Rector will present this. Thank you very much, sir.
Please, this is presented here with recognition. Please.
Thank you very much, Rector. I'll go back to your seat now. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll stand on the existing protocol. As the MC has said, I'm here on behalf of our working senator, Senator Francis Asegame Alimigena, representing Edo North Senatorial District. The senator would have loved to be here, but he is presently in Benin, attending the Alaguro summit. But he is so dear, Auchi is so dear to him, and he said, I must be here to represent him. And you know, Auchi Poly, especially with the upliftment to the city university, has played a role. And even recently, he commissioned a dialysis center in Auchi, donated to Edo State government. So I will continue. This award will spur the senator to continue to work for humanity. And for APAA, the distinguished is going to support the association, as he has asked me to tell you that he will start with 500,000.
This astute lawmaker, politician, father and friend, Deputy Leader of the House of Representatives, Honorable Peter Ohiosoje Akpatasin. Please a round of applause as he comes forward for this award. Thank you. Honorable Peter Akpatasin, MNI, is a current member representing Abuja Federal Constituency at the National Assembly. He was born on the 28th of November 1964 into the family of Vincent Anahobi and Ebo Benis Akpatasin of Unemenehua, Abuja local government area of Edo State. He had his primary education at Elafia Primary School, Ugoshi Affair Secondary School, Ugoshi Affair, and his secondary education at Abuja Grammar School. He went on to attend College of Education Warri, Delta State. Thereafter, he proceeded to the Delta State University, Abuja, where he obtained a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration. He later became a member of the Chartered Institute of Purchasing and Supplies, London, Institute of Chartered Mediators and Conciliators of Nigeria. He has a diploma in mediation from the International Labour Organization, ILO, Labour College, Turin, Italy. Peter also attended management and strategic leadership training courses in some of the world-renowned institutions, too numerous to mention. And to present this award to this lawmaker, who will be the next recipient actually. Please, a round of applause for Right Honorable Johnson Egwahidi Uguma.
My great leader and astute legislator, on behalf of APAA, I want to present this well-deserved award from APAA to a great leader, a labor leader, and a legislator by excellence. And I pray and I know that with this award, more goodies will be coming. God bless you.
Please, let's respond though.
I want to say a very big thank you for the organizers of this program for considering me fit for an award of this kind. I also quickly apologize for coming in because I had some other engagements, for the day which actually stretched into the period of this event. Like the traditional ruler said, I'm not comparing myself in any way. I'm not one person that is excited about awards because in our country, awards have become some, very applicable issues. But when it comes from an organization like APAA, which is known to be a very responsible organization, one would definitely want to associate with it. I want to thank you for this honor, and I want to assure you that as an aftermind in the National Assembly, to support our own, which is Auchi Polytechnic, your alma mater. By the grace of God, we have done the little that we could before now, and we are assuring you that we will continue to do more. Collectively, as legislators from the North and the State, we will continue to do our best for that institution. Also, as an individual, I have enjoyed a wonderful relationship with Auchi Polytechnic and a lot of your members also. Yeah, so we continue to do our best to sustain that relationship. At this point in time, as a comrade, I don't do public donation, but I'm going to do something which I will discuss with the leadership of APAA anyway.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Next would be Right Honorable Johnson Oguma. Yes, this is the right time. And to help present this award, I want the President General of APAA, Gospawa Madebo, to please also come this way. Honorable sir, I think you should step up. Yes, it's better that way.
Gospawa Madebo, please.
Yes, please don't stand by so that we'll kill two birds with one stone. Right Honorable Johnson Oguma is a member representing Esako Federal Constituency, Edo State. Was born into the family of Mr. and Mrs. John Oguma, a Kiama of Eviave Quarters, Fuga, Esako Central Local Government Area of Edo State. He had his primary education at the famous St. Stephen Anglican Primary School, now Obe Primary School, and of course the prestigious St. John's Grammar School, both in Fuga, where he was under the tutelage of the white missionary teachers and administrators. For young Johnson, growing up was a struggle, especially from the background of a polygamous family, which was then and still now an undying tradition in Afema land. Coupled with this was the loss of his mother at a tender age. However, he was determined to diligently pursue his education with all vigor and focus. He gained admission to study economics in the then Benedict University, now Amusali University, Edo State, where he graduated in 1985 with a Bachelor of Science in Economics. He was inducted to serve in the mandatory one-year National Youth Service Corps, NYSC, Nigerian Breweries, Kaduna, immediately after his first degree, and later passed out meritoriously. To present this award, President General Gospawa Omadebo. Thank you so much.
Right, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, Auchi Polytechnic Alumni Association, on behalf of the National Executive Council, and on behalf of the leadership of Auchi Polytechnic Alumni Association Abuja Chapter, we must say congratulations to our Honorable Federal House of Representatives member representing the good people of Esako Federal Constituency. That's the person of Right Honorable Johnson J.E. Oguma. Congratulations to you on this meritorious award as APAA Education Defender of the Year. In fact, he is the one that moved the motion for transformation of Auchi Polytechnic to City University of Technology, Kuta. Auchi.
Please, I want to appreciate APAA for this award, which I never expected. But all the same, I want to say that with this award, I will go back and look inward and see what more that is not done in concerning the institution. Because that institution is dear to me and dear to my people, because in the whole of Edo North, as a senatorial zone, that was the only federal institution. Auchi being the headquarters of Kukuruku, the 10th division. And just as you have a living room in your house, so also Auchi is to each and every one of us. But I want to just let you know that what motivated me with the day in the last assembly, which was concluded this assembly, was that I saw some people we finished together. Just for the mere fact that they passed through Polytechnic, they were discriminated against, and I hate discrimination. So I said that upgrading it to Federal University of Technology, we opened the frontier of academic excellence and qualification to so many people around and even those in diaspora. And it's my prayer that as you join in prayer so that the president will ascend to this being. And I know that those that have passed through Auchi Polytechnic with HND will no longer need to go through PGD in any other institution to go straight for their masters. I thank you. And God bless you.
Next recipient would be the Minister of State Budget and National Planning, who is here represented by Dr. Udaga Philip. And to present the award will be the Chairman BOT of APAA, Engineer Nabundo Okpara. You are presenting this next award. Prince Clem Agba is the Minister of State for Budget and National Planning. He was born on the 28th of March 1964 to the family of His Royal Highness Pius Katiri Canada Agba, the Oliola of Uzalu in Esako, East Local Government Area of Edo State. He started his primary education in St. Vincent Primary School, Auchi, after which he proceeded to St. John's Grammar School, Fuga. He attended Advanced College in Webe, where he obtained the higher school certificate, HSC. He proceeded to the then Benedict University, now Musali University, and graduated with a BSc Economics degree in 1985. He also possesses 2 master's degrees in business administration, the first one from the University of Benin, specializing in management, and the second one from the Arizona State University, Tempe, Arizona, specializing in supply chain management. For his immense contribution to national development and his numerous philanthropic gestures, Clem Agba is hereby presented with the APAA Minister of the Year Award 2021.
To the glory of God and for His humanity, to humanity, I present this award on behalf of APAA to you. It's clear on behalf of
Thank you very much. The Honorable Minister of State for Budget and National Planning, Ms. Clem Agba, would very much have wished to be here despite to receive this award and to be part of this ceremony. In fact, my dear brother, Ikalu Atan, was constantly on the Honorable Minister, and as at yesterday, he had indicated his preparedness to be here. But at the moment, he's a little bit under the weather, and he's in his bowl, so he requested that I should represent him in this ceremony. The Honorable Minister thanks the leadership of APAA for this great honor, coming at a time that just 2 weeks ago, the Abuja University gave him an award, and he was inducted into their Hall of Fame. Only 40 of the alumni benefited from my induction, and he was one of the 40 inducted into the Hall of Fame. He recognizes the prime mission of education in development of any country. Indeed, graduating from their Benedict University in 1985, the dear Right Honorable Justice Wahide Obama, they have continued to synergize. As the Honorable Minister of Budget and National Planning, he recognizes that he's from Edo North, he's an Afro-white man, and he said he will continue to work collaboratively with our members in the National Assembly, both in the Senate and the House of Federal Assembly, to ensure that anything that is necessary to ensure that we bring development to Edo North, and specifically the funding requirement, for a newly elevated and change of status of the Polytechnic to that of a university, that we will do everything humanly possible to ensure that the funding aspect, the budgeting aspect of the requirement to ensure a smooth takeoff of the new university in Edo North will become a reality. Once again, I want to thank on his behalf the leadership of APAA for this honor. He cherishes this award and he says that he will keep it close to his heart forever.
Thank you very much, and God bless you.
And the National Executive of Auchi Polytechnic Alumni present you to this wonderful award. Indeed, we are proud of you, Honorable Commissioner. I personally watched the program on the right. And I say yes, truly, you are from Auchi Polytechnic. We wish you a future. Thank you so much.
Is it my honorable representing my state you are clapping for like that? Please clap them. Delta State, you know how much we get? We go shock you this evening, just wait. We will shock you. That's my honorable. We are so proud of him. Honorable sir.
Thank you very much. Let me start first of all by appreciating my colleagues for holding forth. That even while some of us were very busy in our own different endeavors that we've chosen for ourselves, those of you who have put this together have taken the pain to represent us and continue to give us reason to come together. I'm happy I'm meeting a whole lot of persons here today that I never knew had the benefit of also passing through that institution. But somehow, I have not heard anybody talk about Golan Heights this evening. And it does appear some of you have forgotten that we are from Polytechnic. And so that tension helped a lot. For the Abuja branch of APAA, for taking the pain to put this together, I'll give you 500,000. And saying the son or the daughter do have a parent, the national body will also bring 500,000 about. I've already had discussions before now with the national body, and I've asked them to put forward the cost implication of revamping our radio studio back there in Auchi. I'm confident that before the end of the first quarter of 2022, that radio station would have taken shape. Thank you very much for this recognition. And I also want to appreciate my friends and colleagues that came with me. And I look forward to more interaction in the weeks, months, and years ahead. Thank you very much.
Commissioner, just let me tell you something.
Commissioner, please wait.
Yes.
Commissioner, you have given
Anything you say us.
us.
Yes.
Commissioner has given APAA and 500, another 500. Please put your hands together. I told you I said we will shock you.
Exactly.
Commissioner, wait first. No. Why you dey rush commissioner? Wait.
Now our friend.
As you go with commissioner wey your belle big, you no like am. Commissioner. What are you giving to us? Yeah. We'll discuss later. Discuss later. No, I believe commissioner. I believe commissioner. All right. Commissioner is from Delta State.
Okay. This next award will be going out to one of my boys.
Exactly.
He has done well for himself. We must acknowledge. All right. Honorary President Ahmed Issa is a colossus in the developmental and investigative journalism genre of journalism. He is no introduction in Nigeria and beyond, but for the avoidance of doubt, he is the president and founder of the famous Brekete Family Conglomerate, owner and operator of Brekete Family Radio and Television Magazine Talk Show. Honorary Ahmed means many things to different people. He is multi-talented, courageous, colorful personality, but what is common to all, however, is that he is the indisputable voice of the voiceless, the Grand Commander of Ordinary Nigerians, GCON, in small letters, the champion of the cause of the downtrodden, the abused, whose rights are being trampled upon, and the philanthropic pillar of support for indigent Nigerians. For his tribe, state and community of origin, Honorary Ahmed has refused to be reduced to any of these identifications, but has always preferred to be simply known as and identified as a tribalized Nigerian for the poorest of the poor and the most sub-local village of the Nigerian nation. For his immense contribution to the national development, peace and defense of human rights, Honorary Ahmed is hereby presented with the Distinguished APAA Human Rights Defender Award of the Year 2021.
With this, you will do more for God and for country. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. When the more we can, we did not know that you taken this one, and the level of appreciation of the world concerning the efforts that he has been putting into helping the ordinary Nigerians, which also has gained him the title of ordinary president, is one that constitutes some form of satisfaction in him and all that he represents. Thank you once again to APAA for this immense recognition, and it will not in any way stop him from what he's doing. It will rather inspire him to do more. Thank you.
Thank you very much. To present this next award, I still want Comrade Atai Aro to be here. The next award would be presented to Dr. Mrs. Jumai Amadu. I heard about this woman, people talk about her, I know bad words really. And she's actually an icon. I know she has a few kids. I'm forcing myself on her henceforth. She's our next recipient. Dr. Mrs. Jumai Amadu was born in Kano to the family of Mr. and Mrs. Usman Obe of Ofante in Alama Borough local government area of Kogi State in the year 1973. She started her education in Makodi and rounded up at the local government authority NEA Primary School of Ofante, Kogi State, from where she obtained her first school leaving certificate. She then proceeded to Ofante Community School, Ofante Community High School for her secondary education. Her quest for higher education took her to the University of Jos, where she bagged a diploma in mass communication and later a Bachelor of Science degree in political science. Not satisfied, she obtained a Master's of Science in Public Administration and Policy Analysis. Jumai Amadu has recently been awarded a doctorate degree, that's a PhD, in Policy Analysis at the same institution. She was employed into the service of the Federal Capital Development Authority, FCDA, as an administrative officer in 1998. She was formerly the head of FCT call center, where she interfaces between residents and the FCT administration and coordinated television and radio programs like Dateline Abuja on 98.3 FM, that's Hot FM, Brekete Family Show on 101.1 FM, and FCT call center on radio aired on Abuja Broadcasting Corporation. She's presently the acting director of reform coordination and service improvement at the FCTA. For her immense contribution to national development and provision of succor to the less privileged and downtrodden in the society, she is hereby presented with the APAA Female Philanthropist of the Year Award 2021.
I want to believe this is the Dr. Jumai Ahmed we usually call on phone.
Thank you very much, Dr. Mrs. Jumai Amadu, the Auchi Polytechnic community, the Board of Trustees, the Auchi Polytechnic Management, the alumni, as well as the chapter here in Abuja. We celebrate you, and hopefully to see you more as an outstanding director, which you are. One day we pray that you will become permanent secretary, and we'll have to celebrate you more. And as I said earlier, you will do more for God as well as for country.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. I would like to stand on the already established protocol and just express my appreciation to Auchi Polytechnic. It is far away from my state. It is far away from just where I schooled. And for them to recognize the little I've been doing to give me this honor, if not this for me to do more, I honestly appreciate it. And I want to dedicate this award to all the women in this hall. Auchi Polytechnic. I am a feminist. I'm unapologetic feminist. I also noticed that the area of award I was giving otherwise the imbalance is too much. So for your next edition, try as much as possible to recognize them, because women are doing so much in this country, and if you don't support them and encourage them, they will not have the zeal to contribute more to what they are doing. Thank you very much. No women.
Doctor, for this observation, we will start speaking